What's good, y'all? What's good? This is your boy Tony Sway, and I just really decided to film because I thought the view outside of my apartment right now looks super dope, super ill. It's that magic hour, so some of the clouds are kind of pink. You know, it got those crazy color vibes going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was mad beautiful, and it just kind of inspired me. I just have a lot of random thoughts that I want to kind of run by everybody. You know what I mean? This video is more inspirational, whatnot, but I was just thinking in general in life, a lot of us give up right before things are about to get better in life. A lot of us give up on trying to reach our dreams right before it's about to get good. Maybe you've been fighting for something for years, working hard at something for years, and it doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. But from my experience, that's literally when things start to turn around, is when you feel like giving up. When you feel like giving up, that's the point of time where things are actually going to start improving, is when you reach your breaking point. From my own experience, some people may have different experiences, but at many times in my life, I've been at the breaking point, whether it be with this music, trying so hard to get the right songs that resonate with people, the right beats that resonate with artists. There's been many of times where I'm like, man, is this even worth it anymore? Like, why do I even do this? Or is it even worth chasing this dream? And it's always at that point, it's always at that breaking point where for me personally, where I get another breakthrough, or I get another royalty check that's life-changing, or I get good news about something that I'm working on. It's usually for me when I'm at that breaking point, that after all that hard work, sometimes you don't see anything happening, and you really do feel like, man, what gives? Where do you go from here? But in my experience, that's right when things start to bubble, is when you reach that breaking point. So when you reach your breaking point, that's when you should even be going even harder into your goals, is when it seems like it's not even going to pan out. That's when you should really try to throw the Hail Mary like they do in football. Is you got to have ultimate belief in yourself, because think about it, in life, we only have so much time to live the life that we want to live. So what's the point of giving up on something that's important to you? We only have a limited time anyways, so what is it going to hurt to try a little bit harder? And I can just tell you, from experience, from a man that, I just turned 43 a couple months ago. I never thought I would see 43 when I was in my early 20s. You just never know. I had a hard life growing up, very poor growing up, not much resource, you know what I mean? So seeing 43 is a miracle, that I was able to stay alive and have food, and eat not just any food, but healthy food, that any of my songs actually ended up, putting money in my pocket, where I was able to eat and where I was able to start a family. All that stuff is nothing short of a miracle. And everything that I've worked on, or anything that I've achieved, has always been a result of endless hard work. And yes, it's been harder for me because I did start from the bottom. My mom was on welfare. She didn't move up into the middle class until I was about 15 years old. And even that was short-lived, because she had lost her job. Right when things were improving, when I was a teenager, she lost her job. And my dad had been locked up for many of years. The majority of my childhood, my dad spent either in jail or in state penitentiary. So my mom pretty much lived as a single mom with me, my brothers, and both of my sisters. And when she finally moved up to the middle class, it lasted for about 4 years. And then she had lost that job, and then we went right back into poverty and living off of, she liquidated whatever she owned, but she had sold the house that was the one thing that she had acquired when she moved up to the middle class. And she sold it when she lost that job, and she basically, you know, used that money as far as she could, and basically went back down to poverty again. This is back then. She's doing good now, but back then, when, you know, this is back when I was still a teenager, and luckily I was able to work back then, but you know, it wasn't much money. You make $400 a month or something, put it back in groceries, and it was a very difficult time, and we never, you know, our middle class life was short-lived when I was a teenager, so that was very hard on my family, and you know, my brother and my sisters, and my mom, because we were all so proud of her. But you know, one thing I realized, even for her, she ended up, you know, getting back. Eventually she got, you know, a great job again in the future. But the point of the story is that sometimes in life, you know, you are going to get knocked down, and you just got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. You got to keep being resilient. And you know, my life had never been easy, even when things happen, or even when my music career started to bubble on YouTube, or when I got one of my first major placements, or even when I got the song with Cookie Kawhi and Tyga. These were all great, you know, opportunities for me, and there was some, you know, good money made. But even in those times, I faced challenges. I faced financial challenges, and the only way I ever get out of any of these challenges in my life is the same thing, just trying over and over again, continuously trying and never giving up on oneself. And you know, these are just random thoughts today. This video is going to be titled Random Thoughts. Somewhat, you know, not somewhat inspiring, but yes, I'm trying to inspire somebody maybe who is not feeling, you know, or not having a lot of belief in their self right now. Because trust me, I go through that too. As much as I preach it, I struggle too, but I have the toolkit in my mind and my spirit to know how to build myself back. I know no matter how I feel, I must repeat certain things. I must have discipline. I must take care of my physical being. I must create a certain amount of tracks every week. I must you know, come up with a certain amount of new ideas every week. So I have to stay disciplined with that, and that keeps me motivated, and that leads to new opportunities. And you know, that's why today I'm still blessed to be here, still doing this music, and it's just a blessing. And I'm about to be in summertime. I think I'm about to get approved for a visa to stay out in the UK for a while, which is going to be pretty amazing. I'll be out there with my my wife and son, and yeah, I can't wait to see what life has for store in me in these next coming years, and I can't wait to see what, you know, what kind of music I'll put out there and how people will respond to it over, you know, the next couple years. And I have some new synthesizers that are going to be on the way to the studio as well. And right now I'm feeling major blessed, major thankful, but I also want to inspire everybody to know that, hey, you're not alone. And the main key in life is don't never give up on you. Don't give up on your dreams and aspirations. But that's it. Just some random thoughts for y'all to digest, to, you know, marinate on. Appreciate everybody. This is your boy Tony Sway. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Yeah.